Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to talk about why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers view Tykee Smith, cannot say that enough times, Tykee Smith, as a starting nickel cornerback in the NFL. Here's a quote from Tykee Smith himself when asked on what type of role he will play. When we talked, I believe that means when Todd Bowles, Buccaneers head coach, and Tykee Smith talked, he said he could see me playing safety or nickel. If I play safety, then obviously I can get an opportunity to learn from Antoine Winfield Jr., which would be a blessing considering the impact he has on the game. I definitely can't wait to get around him and see the type of player he is and learn under him. The Bucs like having both safeties that can play the safety position and the nickel cornerback position as well. We've seen Antoine Winfield Jr. do it to massive success. We've seen Christian Izien do it to decent success as well. And we might very well see that with Tykee Smith also. And real quick, I do want to pull up Tykee Smith from Pro Football Focus's numbers and see if we can get him out there. Hold on just a moment. Might be a premium stat thing. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get Tykee Smith's snaps in here. But I do know in his final year at Georgia, I believe he played 500-something snaps along those lines. I think that was what Evan Wanish of the Cannon Fire podcast was telling me. He played like 500-something snaps at nickel corner. He actually played more snaps, significantly more snaps at nickel corner than he did at safety. So Georgia used him as a nickel safety, and it seems like the Buccaneers view him in a very, very similar role. And this is going to be an interesting competition, I think, if they do use him at nickel safety, if they do use him in that hybrid type of role. Because, as I said, you have Christian Izien there. He was a guy who played that role last year, and I think he did a pretty good job. As you can see right here, he's been with the team, going into his second year now out of Rutgers. I like Christian Izien a lot and what he brings to the Bucs. You also have cornerback Tavierre Thomas that you brought in to possibly be a starting nickel corner on this football team or compete for that starting nickel cornerback role. And now you've added Tykee Smith in that mix as well. It's going to be a really good competition, but as I think the Bucs think, and I know a lot of other Bucs fans and colleagues of mine and media think, I believe that Tykee Smith probably has the best chance to be the starter. I do believe that because ultimately the Bucs do need some more depth at safety. Can we see a guy like Christian Izien just back up into that backup safety / backup nickel role? You also have a guy in Tavierre Thomas. He can play more special teams as well. So, it's going to be a strong competition, but I do like Tykee Smith with the most potential in terms of long-term stability, right? And I think that that's a fair thing. The Bucs obviously have a lot of investment in him. You took him with a third-round draft pick, 89th overall. That's a significant investment, and the Bucs have liked what they've seen. They do view him as a potential starting guy because of all the experience that he had at Georgia, specifically playing nickel corner, whereas other guys like Tavierre Thomas and maybe Christian Izien, can fit into different roles around the team. I think that those guys can play a little bit of safety in the case of Christian Izien, a lot of special teams in the case of Tavierre Thomas, and, Tykee Smith just may be the starting nickel going forward. But this is going to be one of the more fun, interesting conversations or things to pay attention to throughout the remainder of this offseason workout, just because of, I think, already the resume and credibility that Tavierre Thomas and Christian Izien have, specifically at that nickel cornerback position, but also because you spend a third-round draft pick on a guy, that's a high level of investment, and Todd Bowles saying, hey, he can play safety or nickel, specifically nickel. So it seems like the Bucs may view Tykee Smith as a strong possibility to be that starting nickel moving forward, and it's going to be one of the more fun competitions to pay attention to. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Who do you want to be the starting nickel moving forward? Do you want it to be Tykee Smith out of Georgia? Do you want it to continue to be Christian Izien out of Rutgers? Do you want it to be Tavierre Thomas, the veteran, in that mix as well? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear them down in the comments section below. Folks, it's going to be a fun offseason. We're going to have a lot of content to talk about, even though we are hitting a dry spell, so to speak, in terms of NFL, or I guess I should say Bucs content and whatnot. So stay strapped in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will all be along for the ride. But guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.